The Chinese have a history of thousands of years for the starry sky. In the long history, the starry sky expressed the Chinese romance to the extreme under the pen of countless writers. The starry sky can be 1,000 pavilions under the pen of Na Langson, and the stars are flickering. It can also be Tang Wenru, who does not know the sky is in the water, and the boat is full of green dreams to press the galaxy. Or it can be the night sky is as cool as water, and the heart of 1,000 cows is in the water. There are too many imagination about the starry sky in thousands of years, and the romantic and brilliant makeup, the praise, imagination, and yearning of countless writers. Looking up at the ancient people, it is the same starry sky. The night in the mountains is quiet, there is no noise, and the twinkling of man-made light years. The gentle starlight is spreading, and it is a calm and comfortable atmosphere. Pressing the shutter, we also recorded such a regular and beautiful starry sky. These lights from hundreds of billions or even billions of light years slip through the long sky and come to us. Weak but shocking. It seems that it has been telling you quietly about its journey for hundreds of billions of years. But the starry sky is always desirable. Without a mobile phone, it is simply impossible to record the starry sky. So I often miss this beautiful moment. It is due to the advantage of the Oppo Find N2 folding screen. Under the support of the tripod, we can shoot the starry sky. This time, we also directly made a starry sky mode. Therefore, when shooting, we do not need to make complex settings. One shot. If you do not satisfy the video it produces, you can also take a screenshot in the photo and directly generate the starry sky. Of course, the XUANTI is just a mobile phone holder. If you want to shoot the starry sky well and beautifully, you can't leave out this 6nm Mali ALAX. The top-of-the-line computing power of 180,000 times allows the Oppo Find N2 to have a super night scene and the ability to shoot the starry sky. The top-of-the-line hardware, along with the wide starry sky, is also surrounded by the lens. The Oppo Phantom 2's imaging system this time is very luxurious. Sony IMX890's 50-megapixel main camera, 48-megapixel ultra-wide-angle lens, and 32-megapixel portrait lens. Although there is no telephoto, the 2 times of telephoto have excellent image quality and photo effect. Therefore, when shooting, it is more than enough. There is no sense of despair without breaking the arm. The Oppo Find N2 also has a pretty good imaging level. I like to use the Find N2 to record some flowers and plants, because its photo is surprisingly good. The red and green colors are very deep. The texture is super and very tasty. It shows the great color aesthetics of the Oppo Find N2. In addition, there is also the classic X Pen ultra-wide-angle shooting mode of Oppo Find N2. Although this format is not convenient to share on social platforms, I still enjoy it very much. About the video of shooting the starry sky this time. In fact, the source of the idea is the Oppo Find N2 officially announced the ability to shoot a time-lapse video in the starry sky recording area. Because my car and navigation system is relatively bad, so I usually choose a mobile phone for navigation. Because of the advantage of supporting any angle suspension, the Find N2 also adds a tent mode. The implication is that the mobile phone is upside down and it looks like a tent. When navigation, the inner screen starts navigation, and then folds and is upside down. The Find N2 immediately adapts to the tent mode by itself, without manual setting and locking the external screen. I think this is very human-minded, because the tent mode makes the phone's structure more stable. As long as it is not a frequent bend or bumpy road, the tent mode navigation is very practical. However, the playing style of the account mode is not limited to this, such as taking selfies is a good application scene, equivalent to self-carrying a mobile phone stand, and there is the highest use of tracking and viewing. In the account mode, the external screen tracking has 2 advantages. The border contact with the desktop can avoid the smudging of the back cover of the mobile phone, and the second is very stable and reliable, which is more convenient than a mobile phone stand. This not only reminds me of the end of November when Liu Xiaohu released such a Weibo. There are only 2 words on the article, hinting at the N2 of Oppo Fan that was not released at that time. It is a product that was released at the end of this year, which is very important. But after I saw the second word of the finale, and I have already understood that one of the main selling points of Oppo Find N2 is this. The screen support frame uses carbon fiber. The whole screw is also replaced with titanium alloy material, and the weight of the whole machine is controlled at 233 grams. Such a light technology continues the state of the previous generation of screens with almost no creases and smoothness. This new chain can be suspended at multiple angles between 45 and 125 degrees. About the problem of creases, in fact, from the birth of the folding screen phone, this can basically be said to be a problem that 90% of users are concerned about. The creases are also the main reason why many users give up the folding screen phone, which is actually not difficult to understand. From the user's point of view, this creases will have an impact on the icon or some screen display. In addition, these creases are undoubtedly like a damage to the aesthetic and the integrated scar of mobile phones. After many users see these, they directly hit the backbone or are dissatisfied with the creases, which is not difficult to understand. The principle of Oppo Find N2 solving this problem is actually not difficult. We use A4 paper to understand the fold. The fold of the two screens means that there is a fold radius. The smaller the radius, the more obvious the creases will be. On the contrary, the angle of the screen after the fold is greater, the width is smoother, and the creases are naturally less obvious. In fact, the actual effect of Oppo Find N2 has achieved this point. From multiple positions in the open state to different light and shadow angles to view, the screen does have a fairly high degree of flatness. The visual effect is quite excellent, but the principle is not difficult to understand. But how much effort has been made by Oppo's engineers behind the scenes, how many design plans have been eliminated, and how many revisions have been failed? We do not know. For a long time, most people's perception of flagship phones is the super hardware configuration. For the mobile phone that has been hot in the past 2 years, the perception has remained on the impression of having more than a folding screen. But Oppo Find N2 made me recognize the folding screen flagship from another angle. The flagship can not only have super hardware configuration, but also not only have a folding screen operation. It can also stand at the user's point of view to solve some of the pain points of everyone, make the phone more practical, and there are more suitable scenes. With small but big, through this phone, I also hope that this will be a good beginning. In the future, the smartphone market will appear more and more mobile phones with temperature, depth, and attitude like Oppo Find N2. This is not the end of the flagship. Okay, that's all the content of this video. If you think it's not bad, remember to turn to the third link. Subscribe to our channel and don't get lost. See you in the next video.